I love hosting and having dinner parties, so this week I had some friends over for a bow-themed dinner party, and I made bow-themed ravioli, bow-shaped bread and butter, lemon zest whipped ricotta with a candied lemon rind bow, a bow-shaped zucchini and goat cheese salad, raspberry mocktails with a bow meringue topper, mini vanilla strawberry cakes with bow meringues for dessert, and then we ended the night with bow hot chocolate. I got started by making my pasta dough and my ravioli filling. For the black color, I used charcoal. I thinned out the pasta dough and then used my spaghetti attachment to make some thin pieces for the black bows. I assembled those, added them on, and put it back through my attachment to thin it out before piping on the filling and assembling the bow ravioli. Earlier in the day, I started prepping the meringue for my bows. I whipped everything all together and then flipped the bowl over to make sure it was all ready. And then I used 2 different types of piping tips to make 2 different bow shapes. And then I baked those in the oven at a super low temperature while I made my bow-shaped butter. I got some molds off of Amazon, added in some softened butter, and then let them harden in the fridge. I then started cutting out the lemon rind for my lemon rind bows. I boiled them so they'd become nice and bendy, and then formed the bow, tossed them in some sugar, and then let those set until we were ready to serve them on the appetizer. I made a quick bread recipe, mixing everything together, kneading it, and letting it rise for about an hour. Once it was ready, I rolled it out and formed some bread bows and cooked them in the oven. I then started making the whipped ricotta, adding ricotta and lemon zest and whipping that up until it was nice and fluffy. I plated it, added on some flaky salt and the candied lemon rind bows, and then took the butter out of their molds, and then we had our appetizers. I also made some raspberry mocktails and topped those with the meringue bows. I started slicing some zucchini super thinly and then assembled those into bows, added on some goat cheese, pepper, flaky salt, olive oil, and lemon juice. I lit all the candles and then started on the ravioli, browning some butter, cooking the pasta. And then here is the final product for our dinner. These bow platters and plates from Anthropologie fit the theme so perfectly. Then earlier in the day, I got started on a super easy 1 bowl, 1 sheet pan vanilla cake recipe. I cooked that in the oven and then made a simple mascarpone, powdered sugar, and vanilla frosting. I cut out some smaller circles from the sheet pan for our mini cakes, added on some of the frosting with some fresh strawberries, assembled and layered everything, and then added on the little bow meringues on top. And then we ended the night with some bow hot chocolate.